Japanese food chains have proliferated across Singapore and the region, but none are so iconic or successful as the Singapore brand with the big green frog. Today I'm at Sakae Holdings to speak to CEO Douglas Fu about his recipe for success. My name is Neil Moore and this is Can and Think Big. Douglas, thank you so much for joining us today and spending the time with us.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Yeah?
No problem. We're here today at the Sakae building, which houses your restaurant brands and other interests. It's an impressive facility, but of course it's been quite the journey to get to this point. Perhaps you can tell us where it began and what your big idea was.
Well, it's actually not my big idea, but it's a whole team of people behind this that you see. We started wanting to build something that's global because the food business is very stable. It's one of the 4 basic needs of people. And what more, when we discovered that going forward, people are all going to be health conscious, we found the Japanese cuisine to be very healthy. And that's why we thought, if you think coffee, think Starbucks, think fried chicken, think KFC, think sushi.
Think Sakae.
Thank you.
I got that one right. You said that the F&B business was quite stable, but actually there's a lot of people who have lost a lot of money investing in their own sort of F&B dream. What is it you think made you successful?
Saw how the competition was coming into this particular sector of a business and realized that, well, this window of opportunity is going to be for a while only. That's why we decided to move into the food business. The need of the consumer and market at that time was something that's healthy. And Japanese cuisine fit very nicely. It's one of the fastest growing cuisine around the world right now because it is generally very healthy. And for us, we actually went in depth to study about the rice cooking process, and we added vitamin E into our rice.
Why add the vitamin E? What's the need for that kind of innovation?
There was a research in the States that it helps to prevent certain diseases. It helps to actually give you better complexion, and a lot of other benefits on a daily dosage of vitamin E.
Clearly the move into F&B was the right one for you. You've had huge success with over 200 restaurants in 10 countries, I think. And of course, the frog logo has become legendary. Why a frog?
Well, in order to build a global brand that's synonymous with sushi, we need to have something that's easy to remember. And that's why we call ourselves Sakae Sushi. Sake is very similar sounding to the Japanese wine.
Yep.
Yeah, and sake and sushi needs no introduction anywhere in the world. But the real meaning of Sakae actually in Japanese is development, prosperity, growth. And the frog is very easy to recall. In many cultures, a frog signifies a new beginning. And if you look at this frog here, focus at the bottom of the frog, you realize that it looks like a bowl full of rice. And in the Chinese culture, if your rice bowl is always full, you never go hungry.
So the logo is actually a blend of Chinese and Japanese cultures.
Absolutely. And if you push a little bit further, you look at this portion here, it looks like the olden golden ingot. In the olden days, before money was created as a currency of exchange, people trade with gold. And they're all in this shape in China. And if you look at the circle that was being made by the Chinese character and the head of the frog, it makes a numerical 8.
Very lucky.
Yes, that's right. But the most important part is you look at me and look at the frog. I don't think I look like the frog. And you have eaten at our establishment, I'm sure, and you have seen our colleagues, and I don't think they all look like a frog. Some of us are actually the eyes. So we are the one that plan the strategy, the development. Some of us are the smile. Our colleagues that's facing our guests every day. Some of us are the body. We do the finance, the procurement, the administration. So only when we come together, we become a frog. So this frog signifies teamwork. And how do we want to move as a team? We move in leaps and bounds, leaving our frog print all over the globe.
I think many of the entrepreneurs watching this program obviously would admire your success, but also want to know a little bit about some of the road bumps that you hit along the way. Perhaps you can share some specific examples of where you've met and overcome challenges.
Well, it's at the very onset, we started during the Asian financial crisis. That was way back in September 97. So you get all the preparation work done, and then there you are, you see a financial crisis, what do? Well, we decided that we would just head on straight into the storm. And we managed to break out, do well. Then we went on to actually start something very new in the marketplace called the interactive menu.
I understand also there were some problems when you first tried to design your unique electronic ordering system. Can you share a little bit about that?
Absolutely. It came out as an idea. So we thought if we can have a screen that people can actually tap and click, you can actually see. And you get to see, understand what you're going to order. If you like it, you place your order. And the order goes into the kitchen. And it gets produced and it's being sent out. So the idea came about, but when we started to go into the market to get somebody to help us develop this program, it was difficult. Because we're a small company, 3 shops, wanting to become 300 shops, but it's just a dream. So to the guy who's going to write the software, well, he has to have certain faith. And we couldn't find somebody that was willing to do that. But even beyond that, we decided that if nobody is going to help us do that, let's do it in-house. And we actually developed that.
So you started out in garments, you went into F&B, and now you're developing technology?
Yes, absolutely.
I think that's a great place to end this part of our session together. I'd like now to pop over to one of your outlets and get some sushi.
Sure, be my guest.
Great.
Thank you.
Join us for more brain food from Sakae Sushi in part 2 of Canon Think Big.